it's Mike. I'm back again doing another vinyl finds. Starting out this month of April with a bunch of things that I found over the past few weeks and months. Some of these things have finally, things that I ordered even like last year, and they finally came in from places far and wide. And I'd like to talk about what I've got here. Last night I took my teenage daughter, to see Billie Eilish in concert, and it's tickets that I bought like a year ago, so it seemed like forever until we finally got to go see this concert, and it was fantastic. Say what you will about Billie Eilish, love her or don't care for her or whatever, I think she's fantastic. I have all her albums. I think she's great, and my daughter, of course, is a fanatic, a Billie Eilish devotee by every stretch of the imagination. So going to see that concert with her was really special, and it was her birthday present for this year, and it was awesome. I know she's doing like one more show in Phoenix, and then she's heading out to LA, and then she's heading out to Europe after that. So if you get a chance to see her, if you have any hesitations, man, I've seen videos on YouTube, people posting about the concert, showing what the concert looked like, but it's nothing compared to what it's like in person. It was just awesome. Anyway, enough of Billie. She's not part of this Vinyl Finds video. The first band I'd like to talk about. Now, this is a shoegaze band. I've shown this record before a few times. This is their third and last album. They just released a few more copies of this off their Bandcamp or off their website, but it's going to disappear again, I think. Very limited quantities, but this is their third album that I've shown in previous videos, so I won't go into all that. And this is their second album, and I haven't talked about this one yet, but it's not a recent vinyl find, so I'm not going to talk about it today, but this is their second album, Hidden Lands. And but the one that I am going to talk about is their first album. It's a CD only release. What's it called? In the Dream of the Sea Life. Only released on CD, and super hard to find. I didn't think I'd ever get the CD. They talk about it on their Bandcamp page with a link to go to this other website, this other records company, and order their CD through them. And I've tried, and it's a dead link. It just spins and spins and nothing happens. So I'm like, I'm never going to get a copy of this. And then you go to Discogs, and it just says that it exists, but it's just nobody's selling it. There's not a copy for sale. It just asks if you want to upload a copy for sale. And then I just keep checking back, and then finally I checked back one time, and sure enough, there it was for sale, and at a really reasonable price too for something that's so rare. So anyway, Candy Claws, they're out of what's that town? Fort Collins, I think. It's either Fort Collins or Denver, Colorado. Heavy they're like a modern shoegaze band. This was released in 2009, I believe. Yeah, 2009. And they are kind of a modern version of shoegaze. It's very much has a My Bloody Valentine feel, but they don't use a lot of heavy layered guitars. They use a lot of sound effects and tape loops and just a lot of experimental kind of stuff. It's very dense, but it's very dreamy too. It's really great stuff. I love it. They have a male and female vocalist, kind of similar to My Bloody Valentine. But anyway, Candy Claws, In the Dream of the Sea Life. Check them out if you like shoegaze. I think that they'll be a pleasant surprise. The reason why I even know about them is because I was just looking at one of those it's like a web page. You just Google top 50 shoegaze albums, and Candy Claws came up as like the third best shoegaze album for that third album. So I'm like, wow, that's pretty wild. I mean, every list is different. It's all subjective, but the fact that they were third on anybody's list just made me want to check it out. So that's why I have Candy Claws in my collection. This next one, this is an album that I've had for a very long time. I think this is my entry into the band was back in 2005. I had heard of them before, but never listened to them. So I had purchased this CD. This is Goldfrap, Supernature. Sorry about the glare. I've got the cover on this because I'm not really showing the CD right now. I'm just showing, this is what I bought way back when. This is the deluxe edition when it came out. It has like a bonus DVD with like music videos and a documentary, I think on the making of this album and such. So that's really cool. But what I never had gotten around to until recently was getting this on vinyl. It's such a great album. It's not my favorite of theirs, but it's really, really good. It's definitely top 2 or 3. The song You Never Know and then the other one, Coco, are my 2 favorites, and they're not the singles that they released. I think Ooh La La was a single off of this, and so was Ride a White Horse. But the other 2 that I mentioned first, those songs are among the best Goldfrapp's ever done. So this is a beautiful album. The photography is amazing. Oops, it goes up like that. They have a release. It's like all remixes from this album, and this is the cover that they use for that. It's called We Are Glitter, if you've ever seen that. I think it's a CD only release, but that's the image that they used. So here's the song list on the back. And then it comes with like a little mini poster of the cover without the Goldfrap logo and everything, just something you could stick on your wall, I guess. Really nice. And then the other insert is the lyrics and information, liner notes, and then more photography of Allison and Greg. So anyway, Greg, I'm probably getting his name wrong because I don't really talk much about the guy in the band, but Allison and that guy. Fantastic album. This comes on green vinyl. Just beautiful release. They're re-releasing their Felt Mountain right now, or at least getting ready to, and they're going to tour Great Britain to support the re-release of the Felt Mountain. And it's on like on gold vinyl with new liner notes and stuff. So, but I already got a copy of it on like, I think clear vinyl or white vinyl or something. So I'm not going to get this new reissue. There's just no point to it, but it's a little redundant. But anyway, Goldfrap, love them. Saw them open for New Order at the Hollywood Bowl, one of the best concerts I've ever seen. It was just amazing. Love Goldfrap. So anyway, next record, Pixies. I've seen this for a while at the record store, and I just keep hemming and hawing, and finally decided to go ahead and grab it before it disappears, because I'm sure it's going to disappear soon. It's been out for a while, this reissue. Great album there, 4th studio album. I love the song. I love the very first song, Trompe Le Monde, but I also love Motorway to Roswell, and God, there's a couple other on here, but definitely those 2 songs. A Lovely Day, the Navajo No. I don't know. It's got some classic Pixies on there for sure. This is the last album that they released before they broke up for a while and went on hiatus, and now they're back and minus Kim Deal, but they still sound really great. The new incarnation, and they're still making new music. Love the Pixies. This artwork is beautiful, of course. This is 23 envelope artwork, of course, the original people who made the stuff for 4AD for them, 4AD Records. Beautiful inner sleeve, and then the vinyl is this really dark, deep dark green. Sorry, slipping out that way, so it's kind of a dark, you can kind of see that they're dark green. So anyway, Pixies, Trompe Le Monde, awesome. Next one, this band has been putting out a lot of, they re-released like their first 4 albums, and I thought that was it. I didn't like research to look into it. I just thought that they re-released their first 4 albums, but it turns out they also released this, the compilation, the best of or whatever, featuring songs from the first 4 albums. And I had this, I remember, on cassette back in like high school. This is 1985. And I always wanted to have this on vinyl. It's got a bonus song, Bring on the Dancing Horses, which it's a non-album release as far as I know. I'm not an Echo and the Bunnymen expert. I have just 2 of their albums now, this one and Ocean Rain, but I do love them. And this is just awesome to have. I'm just glad I have a nice new copy of this on vinyl. I can just listen to this album all the way through, front and back, and it's just incredible music. I saw them when they came through. They played in Tempe like 4 years ago, I think, and they were great. It was just so great seeing them in concert, seeing Will Sargent and the gang. This is the insert that came with it, a little fold-out deal with all the lyrics and such. But it also came with this insert, and then it also came with this insert that holds the record, and it also has the lyrics printed on it. So basically I got two inners with the lyrics on them, one little artsy and one just laid out on the white background. It's on this Korova label, as all the new reissues are being placed on Korova, printed on them. Anyway, awesome. Echoing the Bunnymen, Songs to Learn and Sing. Fantastic. This next one, I've showed another one of those, another one of these albums by this band a couple videos ago, I think. Post-punk, one of my favorite post-punk bands, the Jesus Lizard, and this is their third album, Liar. Great album, very aggressive, very, I don't know, it's just very Jesus Lizard. Like they're just doing their first 3 albums are just awesome. They're just consistently awesome records. I saw them on this tour, I believe. I saw them on Goat, and then I saw them for a later tour when I lived in Louisville. But I saw them play in Gainesville, Florida when I was going to college. They're just awesome live. So that was the gatefold. This is the insert, like a fold-out insert. Shows clips of or pictures of the band performing live back in the day. There's inside pictures too. One of them has got David Yao naked, the singer naked, and I'm gonna leave that one off camera. But anyway, Jesus Lizard, Touch and Go Records, former members of Scratch Acid, and they're just aggressive and just awesome. Really, to me, feel-good music. There's the label. It's nothing to write home about. Black vinyl. Jesus Lizard, Liar, third album. Next one. This is a band I love. I didn't know that this was available on vinyl so easily and so inexpensive. I thought I had the only one of theirs, the only record of theirs that was available in print, but I've been proven otherwise. They've got a new album out, obviously, but I'm talking before that. This is their third album, full-length album, Sleigh Bells. This is called Bitter Rivals, and I don't know. It's their third album. It's I think the last of their great albums that they've put out. I think the stuff that they released after this is just okay, but I don't know. They're missing something. It's just less. Their new music is just less guitar. Their first 3 albums is just in your face guitar all the time. Derek, these are his guitars. Derek is just amazing. He's just an awesome kind of heavy metal kind of guitarist. But this isn't heavy metal music. It's noise. I've heard people call it noise pop. I don't know. Alexis, the vocalist, she sings like a pop singer, but yet it's heavy metal guitar and it's a drum machine, and the drum machine is so loud and just ramped up so high that it's almost like distorted. It's almost like the post band Big Black. If you listen to Big Black, it's kind of like that. It's just pounding drums with this heavy metal guitar work, and then Alexis, just her beautiful kind of pop sensibilities. It's just an amazing combination. So this is, again, Sleigh Bells, Bitter Rivals. They always do pretty cool packaging, at least these 2 albums that I have of theirs. The other one I have is Reign of Terror, their second album. But just really interesting artwork. This is the inner sleeve. And the cool thing about their records, at least the ones that I have, they come with a bunch of printouts that you could put on your wall. There's the album cover. There's the inner sleeve. There's some boxing mitts. There's some kind of pin or something. No, it's like not a pin. It's a patch, like an iron sewn on patch. Don't know what that's supposed to be. Looks like a lightning, and then some, I don't know, some equipment for like them shooting the photograph of the 2 guitars with the ladder and a light, studio light. and then the liner notes for the album. So that all comes with this. This was pressed on clear vinyl. There you go. Sleigh Bells, Mom and Pop Records, their third album, Bitter Rivals. Great songs. The songs I would recommend off of this, if I were to recommend songs, if anybody cares. Sugar Cane, Young Legends, and 24. Those are my three favorites. So check them out, Sleigh Bells. They're freaking awesome. Next one. It's funny. TCat's Deep Vinyl Traxx. If you've ever checked out his channel, I'll put a link down below. Check him out. He's awesome. He was talking about a vinyl find of his, and it was a Resonance album. And I'm like, Resonance, okay, I know them. I don't have any of their music, but I know who they are. And he mentioned that one of the songs on the album, and it's a song called Constantinople. And it's not the They Might Be Giants Constantinople song. It's a different song completely. And I'm like, oh, I remember that. That's it. It triggered a memory in me. It's like, I know that because this band that I really like, this hardcore punk band, did a cover of that song, Constantinople. And that band is called Ism. And I've shown their record in my hardcore punk video. I didn't have this before, though. This is like, God, it was like $3 or something off Discogs. But it's just a 12-inch EP, 4 songs. But it's got the song Constantinople, and it's like it's a pretty long song, and it's nuts. It's got the keyboards, it's got all kinds of crazy stuff going on in the song, and it's just fun. It's an earworm song too. Once you hear this song, it'll be going through your head for days. You'll be waking up humming along to the song. It's just fantastic. Ism, Constantinople, on Broken Records, 12-inch EP. So Ism, check them out. God, just blast from the past. This next one, speaking of a blast from the past, one of my favorite albums of all time. If I was to do a video of my top 10 albums, this would be one of them. And I got a copy of this, XTC's Skylarking. I forget which number this album is, but it came out in '85. And this is a gold stamp promo, 1986 US, first pressing, US, I guess, first release. That's not the first pressing overall. It was printed in the UK the year before. But this is a 1986 US copy, gold stamp promo on Geffen Records. Now, the deal with this is that the reason why I even got this, because I have it on vinyl. I have another copy of this on vinyl, a newer release on Ape. Was it Ape House Records? But this is the original that has Mermaid Smile, the song Mermaid Smile, and it does not have Dear God. When I first purchased this, so the story is, when I first purchased this album, I got it on cassette. And I got it because they'd been playing the song Dear God on 120 Minutes and stuff. And I love that song. And I thought, oh, okay, I'm going to go out and get the new XTC album and get that song. So I didn't even look at it. I just went and grabbed the CD, paid for it, went home. And I'm listening to it, and I'm like, what the hell? There's no, Dear God is not even on this cassette. But it had the Mermaid Smiled song. And so I returned it and got my money back. I was like so disappointed that it didn't have, and I wasn't buying singles, and I'm not going to buy a 7-inch single of Dear God. I'll just have to deal, I guess, or wait until it comes out on a compilation or something. And then it turns out about a year later, they released it on CD, 1987. And so I picked that up. And sure enough, this CD in 1987 has Dear God, and they took off Mermaid Smiled and replaced it with Dear God. So I'm like, oh, fantastic. So this is what I've been listening to for years and years and years and years, was this CD copy of XTC Skylarking. So I wanted to go back and get this original because it takes me back to the time when I bought this and had the different songs. Also, another thing about the story about this album, oh, here's the inner sleeve, the original, what it looked like there, and then the CD or the disc itself, Geffen Records. There you go, black vinyl. Also, another thing about this recording was that in, I guess, 2010, they realized that the polarity, the sound polarity, was reversed. So everything sounded kind of muddy and weird and different, and Andy Partridge noticed it, and Andy Gregory noticed it, and they're like, the engineer who discovered it for them, who let them know about it, he apparently was able to flip it back and reverse it or whatever, fix the problem. And so immediately Ape House went out, which is Andy's record company, I believe. They re-released it with the polarity corrected. So that's what this reissue. I don't know if this is a 2000. I don't think this is 2010 though. I think they've reissued it since then, because this is fairly. I got this fairly recently, just in the past couple of years. So I'm sure this isn't one of those original reissues. Actually the original reissue, I think, well, at least some of them did, had a photograph that is not safe for work and not safe for children on the front. So that's not this, obviously. But anyway, so this re-release has the polarities fixed, and it has Dear God and Mermaid Smiled. So I have like all different versions of this, but I'm glad to get that gold promo original from US pressing. Just historically, it's one of my favorite albums, so I just wanted to have that, and it wasn't expensive either, which is nice. Next one, we're getting down near the end here. A band I really like, Hole. Everybody knows Courtney Love, dear widowed wife of Kurt Cobain. To be honest, I'm not like a huge fan of her particularly, but I do really like some of her music, and I like this album a lot. It's a little bit more mainstream than their first two albums. They kind of got progressively more mainstream, and I guess this is kind of the pinnacle of that. They really kind of hit it big with this album, but I really like this album. I don't care. I think it's great. I saw them in concert for this. They played at the Mesa Amphitheater for this tour, and they were great. And I saw them on the tour before, the album before Live Through This. I saw them when I lived in Louisville, Kentucky. I saw them there. They played with Madder Rose and Veruca Salt. Was that show. That was pretty awesome. And she brought out her baby. What's her baby's name? Oh, dang it. I can't think of it. Anyway, she brought her baby out on stage to show the crowd, and they all cheered and everything. I'm going to think of her name as soon as this video is over. Anyway, so this is Celebrity Skin. This is a Music on Vinyl reissue. And looks really nice. These are the inserts with the lyrics, and I remember I had this on CD, and I remember that photograph from the CD. And then it's a black vinyl, Music on Vinyl inner sleeve deal going on there. And so that's really nice. So anyway, and that kind of leads me to my next band, the last one. So the drummer, her name, I have to write it down because I don't know it off the top of my head. Her name is Patty Schemmel. Schemmel, the drummer. When she left, I think it's after she left Hole. I don't think she was doing this while she was still with the band, but she formed another band after Hole, and that band is my next find, Death Valley Girls. She's no longer with the band. I think she was just part of forming the band. This is like their third album, I think. This is 2016. This album came out, and the reason why I know about this at all is because of Vinyl Richie showed this on his channel, and sounded interesting. Death Valley Girls. I love like all girl bands or mostly girl bands, and so I popped it in, checked it out. Well, I listened to it, I think, on Spotify or YouTube, and loved it immediately. He mentioned one song on here, Death Valley Boogie. He said once he heard that song, that's all he needed to hear, and he was ready to buy it, and I agree. I listened to that song, and the guitar is just crunching, pounding, just devastating loud guitar, and it just sounded freaking great. And I thought to myself, the vocalist, the female vocalist, I don't know her name, she sounds maniacal. She sounds crazy when she sings. And it's funny, I hit play on Vinyl Richie's video because I had stopped to listen to this and then went back to it. And when I hit play again on his video, he described her vocals as being maniacal. So that's kind of funny. They're I don't know how to describe them. He's a much better person to describe music than me. I'm not a music critic or a journalist or anything like that. So words, I'm a graphic designer, so I'm more of a visual person than a wordy person. That's the inner sleeve. But it reminds me of just like post-punk kind of influences of the Cramps and this band that I love, Paintings. They remind me of them. This music reminds me of Death Valley 69, the song by Sonic Youth. and the singer on that album is Lydia Lunch, and her vocals sound kind of maniacal, kind of similar to this, and that's part of what reminds me of this to Sonic Youth, early Sonic Youth. The vinyl is like this tricolor with the black borders here. This is like one of 500. They also have another version that's like one of 1,500, but I kind of like that other vinyl better, but I kind of wanted to get the one that was a little bit more limited press, so I picked up this. Death Valley Girls, they're freaking awesome. Check them out. They have a Bandcamp site where you can order a lot of their records. Some of them are out of print, but check them out. And I think that's it for me. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you wish, and leave comments. I love to talk back and forth with people about music. That's why I'm here. Love everybody. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you. I'm going to see Beach House next Saturday, and I'll do a video, and I'll talk about the Beach House show and probably about Beach House music. So anyway, thanks. Bye.